Ladies and gentlemen, success starts from within. It's not just about the actions you take or the goals you set, it's about your mindset. Your thoughts shape your reality. Think about that for a second. The way you see yourself, the way you talk to yourself when no one else is listening, those are the building blocks of your success. It's easy to underestimate the power of your thoughts because they seem so small, so private. But they're the quiet architects designing the life you're building. Now, I'm not saying that positive thinking alone is going to magically change your life. It's not that simple. But what I am saying is that the way you think has a profound impact on how you act. And how you act determines your results. If your mind is cluttered with doubt and fear, your actions will reflect that hesitation. You'll hold back, second guess yourself, and miss opportunities that are right in front of you. On the other hand, if your mind is strong, filled with confidence and purpose, you move differently. You speak with conviction, you act decisively, and people can feel that energy. Think of it this way, your mind is like the engine of a car. If it's running smoothly, you move forward without resistance. But if it's clogged with negative thoughts and self-doubt, it's like trying to drive with the brakes on. You might move a little, but you're never going to reach full speed. To truly attract success, you need to get your mind right. You need to believe that you deserve it. You need to believe that you're capable of it. And most importantly, you need to believe that you're willing to work for it, no matter how hard it gets. One of the most powerful tools you have is visualization. I'm not talking about wishful thinking or daydreaming. I'm talking about intentionally picturing yourself succeeding. You see yourself hitting that goal, landing that job, or building that business. You don't just imagine it like a fantasy, you feel it in your bones. You picture the details, the sound of applause, the feeling of accomplishment, the pride that comes from knowing you gave it your all. Why is this important? Because when you visualize success with that level of detail, your brain starts to believe it's possible. It primes you for action. You start moving in ways that align with that vision. But visualization alone isn't enough. You've got to combine it with belief, deep, unshakable belief. You can't fake that. It has to come from a place of knowing that your success is not just a possibility, but an inevitability. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And when you carry yourself with that mindset, people notice. Opportunities find you. Why? Because confidence is magnetic. When you truly believe you're destined for greatness, others start to believe it too. Now, let's talk about negative self-talk. That voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough, not smart enough, not talented enough, it's a liar. That voice is nothing but fear dressed up as logic. And the more you listen to it, the more power you give it. Successful people aren't successful because they never doubt themselves they're successful because they don't let that doubt control them. They hear it, they acknowledge it, and then they move forward anyway. They understand that fear is a natural part of growth, but they don't let it dictate their path. You've got to develop mental toughness. When challenges come and you can't afford to crumble. You can't afford to let one setback convince you that your dream is impossible. Mental toughness means pushing forward when it feels like everything is stacked against you. It means controlling your emotions when pressure is high and staying focused when distractions are everywhere. How do you build that kind of mindset? Start by surrounding yourself with people who believe in you and challenge you to grow. You can't afford to be around negativity and doubt because that energy seeps into your mind. Choose mentors, friends, and colleagues who inspire you, who push you to be better. You've also got to feed your mind with positivity. Read books that motivate you. Listen to podcasts that challenge your thinking. Invest in your personal growth like your life depends on it, because it does. But there's another piece to this puzzle that most people overlook: self-awareness. You need to know yourself. You need to understand your strengths and your weaknesses. Success doesn't come from pretending to be perfect. It comes from leveraging your strengths while working on your flaws. Be honest with yourself. Know what you're good at and know where you need to improve. That kind of self-awareness builds confidence because you're not walking around trying to be someone you're not. You're real, you're authentic, and that makes your confidence unbreakable. Success is not about comparing yourself to others. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Stop worrying about who's ahead of you or who seems to have it all together. Focus on your journey. Focus on becoming just a little bit better every day. When your mind is focused on growth rather than competition, you stop wasting energy on jealousy and insecurity. Instead, you pour that energy into your progress. Lastly, practice gratitude. I know that might sound a little cliche, but it's powerful. Gratitude shifts your mindset from a place of lack to a place of abundance. When you're grateful for what you have, you attract more of it. You start noticing opportunities that you used to overlook because you were too busy complaining about what you didn't have. Gratitude trains your mind to see the good, even in tough situations. It builds resilience because you learn to find the lesson in every failure and the blessing in every challenge. In the end, attracting success through your mindset isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional. It's about training your mind to focus on possibility rather than limitation. It's about choosing thoughts that empower you instead of thoughts that hold you back. When your mind is strong, your actions follow. You become the kind of person who doesn't just chase success, you attract it. And that's when everything changes. Motivation is a beautiful thing. It's the spark that ignites the fire within you. It's the rush of energy you feel when you're inspired. The excitement that gets your heart racing when you think about your dreams. But let me tell you something about motivation. It's fickle, it's unreliable. It's that friend who shows up when things are fun and easy but disappears the moment life gets tough. And that's why motivation alone will never carry you to success. To truly succeed, you must embrace discipline. Discipline is the foundation that keeps you moving when motivation fades away. It's the force that drives you to do the work even when you're tired, bored, or just plain unmotivated. Think about it. How many times have you started something full of enthusiasm only to quit when the excitement wore off? You set a goal, you feel pumped. You're ready to conquer the world, and then life happens. Stress creeps in, doubt settles, your energy drops. That's when discipline steps in and takes control. Discipline isn't flashy. It doesn't come with fireworks or applause. It's quiet, consistent, and relentless. It's waking up early to put in the work when your bed is begging you to stay. It's choosing to practice your craft when no one is watching, when there's no applause to motivate you, and when results seem miles away. Discipline doesn't care about how you feel in the moment. It cares about the commitment you made to yourself. It's about honoring that commitment even when it's inconvenient or uncomfortable. When you rely solely on motivation, you set yourself up for failure because motivation is temporary. It's like a sugar rush, intense and energizing but fleeting. Discipline, on the other hand, is like building muscle. It takes time, effort, and consistency, but once it's there, it supports you for life. Successful people aren't successful because they're constantly motivated. They're successful because they've built the habit of discipline. They've trained themselves to push through resistance, to keep going when enthusiasm fades, and to execute their plans regardless of how they feel. Think of an athlete preparing for a major competition. In the beginning, the excitement of chasing a dream might fuel their workouts. But as the days turn into weeks and the weeks into months, that initial rush of motivation wears off. The early mornings get harder, the sore muscles ache a little more, and the desire to rest becomes stronger. What separates champions from the rest isn't that they're always motivated, it's that they're disciplined enough to train even when their mind tells them to quit. They understand that consistency beats intensity. They know that small, consistent efforts accumulate into greatness. The same principle applies to any goal in life, whether you're building a career, starting a business, mastering a skill, or pursuing a passion. Discipline will determine your success. It's not just about the grand gestures or the big wins, it's about the small, seemingly insignificant choices you make every single day. It's about choosing to practice, to study, to put in the work even when no one's there to cheer you on. One of the greatest challenges with discipline is battling your own mind. Your brain will find every excuse in the book to convince you to take it easy. It will tell you that you deserve a break, that one skipped workout won't matter, that you can always start fresh tomorrow. But tomorrow becomes next week, and next week becomes next month. And before you know it, you've lost your momentum. That's why you need to build habits, because habits eliminate decision making. You don't wake up and wonder whether you should work on your goals. You just do it because it's part of your routine. Creating disciplined habits starts with setting clear, realistic goals. You can't just say, I want to be successful. You have to define what success looks like for you. Break it down into actionable steps. If your goal is to get fit, set a specific workout schedule and stick to it. If you want to start a business, create a plan and follow it with unwavering commitment. Discipline means showing up even when the results aren't immediate. It means trusting the process when progress feels painfully slow. Another key to building discipline is accountability. When no one's holding you accountable, it's easy to cut corners and make excuses. Find someone who supports your growth, whether it's a mentor, a coach, a friend, or even a community of like-minded individuals. Share your goals with them. Let them know what you're working toward and why it matters to you. That accountability will give you an extra push on the days when you're tempted to slack off. But accountability isn't just external, it's internal too. You have to hold yourself to a higher standard. Discipline means being honest with yourself. It means recognizing when you're not giving your best effort and correcting your course without making excuses. Successful people don't lie to themselves. They don't pretend that half-hearted effort is enough. They look in the mirror and own their shortcomings while committing to doing better. Sometimes discipline feels like a grind. It feels repetitive and exhausting. You'll wonder if it's worth it, especially when the results seem slow or non-existent. That's when you have to remind yourself why you started. Go back to the reason that lit that fire in the first place. Remember the vision you had when you made that commitment. Discipline doesn't mean ignoring your feelings. It means not letting your feelings control your actions. You might feel like giving up, but you don't, because you know your purpose is greater than your discomfort. Over time, disciplined behavior becomes second nature. What used to feel like a struggle becomes part of who you are. You don't have to force yourself to put in the work, it's just what you do. That's the beauty of discipline. It transforms hard work into habit, and habit into lifestyle. It's the difference between those who dabble in success and those who master it. The secret is consistency. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up day after day, no matter how you feel. Even on your worst days, put in some effort. Do something, anything that moves you closer to your goal. That way you maintain momentum even when motivation is nowhere to be found. You build resilience, and that resilience becomes your superpower. Understand this: your mind will always try to choose comfort over challenge. That's human nature. But you have to train your mind to see discipline as freedom, not restriction. When you discipline yourself, you're freeing yourself from the chaos of inconsistency and regret. You're giving yourself the power to shape your future rather than being at the mercy of fleeting emotions. When you look at successful people, don't assume they're always motivated. They're not. They just don't let lack of motivation stop them. They've built a system, a disciplined approach to life that keeps them moving forward, no matter what. That's the kind of mindset you need to develop. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Because when you build discipline, success becomes inevitable. It's no longer a distant dream, it's a reality you're actively creating every single day. Character is the foundation of true success. It's not just about what you achieve or how much wealth you accumulate, it's about the kind of person you become in the process. Success that lacks integrity is hollow and temporary, but when your character is strong, your success becomes not only sustainable but also respected and admired. Character defines who you are when no one is watching. It's what you choose to do when the spotlight is off and the applause is faded. One of the most essential aspects of character is integrity. Integrity means doing the right thing, even when it's hard or inconvenient. It means staying true to your values, no matter the pressure to compromise. Think about it, how many times have you seen people compromise their morals just to get ahead? Maybe they cut corners at work, lie to gain favor, or manipulate others for personal gain. Those actions might bring temporary success, but they ultimately crumble because they're built on dishonesty and selfishness. Real success, the kind that lasts, is rooted in unwavering integrity. Integrity builds trust, and trust is the currency of relationships, personal and professional. People want to work with, follow, and support those they can trust. When your character reflects integrity, people know they can count on you. Your word becomes reliable, your promises become commitments, and your actions match your intentions. That's powerful. When others know they can trust you, they will go out of their way to support you and stand by you. They will vouch for your character when you're not around. That kind of reputation can't be bought, it's earned through consistent actions rooted in integrity. But integrity alone isn't enough. Character also involves respect for others and respect for yourself. Respect means valuing people regardless of their status, background, or beliefs. It's easy to respect those who are above you, those who can offer you something. But true character is shown when you respect those who have nothing to give you in return. Treating the janitor with the same kindness and dignity as the CEO says more about your character than any achievement ever could. Respecting yourself is equally important. It means holding yourself to a standard of excellence, refusing to engage in self-destructive habits, and prioritizing your well-being. Self-respect also means not allowing others to mistreat or take advantage of you. When you respect yourself, you naturally command respect from others because they see that you value your own worth. Humility is another cornerstone of strong character. Success has a way of tempting you to believe you're invincible, that you're somehow above others because of your achievements. But humility keeps you grounded. It reminds you that no matter how successful you become, you're still human. You're still learning, still growing, and still capable of making mistakes. Humility means acknowledging your flaws and being open to feedback. It means listening more than you speak and recognizing that there's always more to learn. People are drawn to those who remain humble despite their accomplishments. Arrogance, on the other hand, pushes people away. Nobody wants to be around someone who constantly boasts about their success or belittles others. Humility shows that you're not just focused on yourself, you're considerate of others and willing to lift them up rather than look down on them. That kind of attitude builds lasting relationships and earns genuine respect. Accountability is another critical aspect of character. Owning up to your mistakes isn't always easy, but it's necessary. We live in a world where blaming others and making excuses have become common practices. But strong character means taking responsibility for your actions even when they lead to failure. Accountability is about being honest with yourself and those around you. It's about admitting when you've fallen short and making a conscious effort to do better next time. When you take ownership of your mistakes, people respect you more. They see that you're not afraid to confront your flaws, and that level of honesty is rare. Pretending to be perfect or shifting blame only makes you look weak and insecure. Embracing accountability shows strength and maturity. It tells the world that you're willing to learn from your failures rather than run from them. Another important quality that defines character is compassion. Success should never come at the expense of empathy. Being driven and ambitious is essential, but so is being kind and understanding. Compassion means recognizing the struggles of others and being willing to lend a helping hand when needed. It's about showing empathy even when it's not required or expected. Compassion humanizes success. It reminds people that despite your achievements, you remain relatable and approachable. Success can sometimes make people feel isolated or detached, but compassion bridges that gap. It shows that your accomplishments haven't made you forget your roots or your humanity. Whether it's mentoring someone who's just starting out or offering support to someone going through a tough time, acts of compassion elevate your character and your legacy. Discipline also plays a crucial role in character. It's not just about being disciplined in your work or routine. It's about having the self-control to stay true to your values when temptations arise. Success often brings opportunities to take shortcuts, bend the rules, or engage in unethical behavior. Discipline keeps you on the right path, even when the wrong one looks more appealing. Maintaining discipline means consistently making choices that align with your principles. It means not letting success get to your head or allowing greed to corrupt your decisions. Discipline and character means saying no to opportunities that compromise your integrity and staying focused on what truly matters. It's about resisting the urge to take the easy way out when the right way is harder. Gratitude is another element that shapes strong character. When you're grateful, you acknowledge the contributions of others in your journey. You recognize that your success didn't happen in a vacuum, that mentors, supporters, and even critics played a part in your growth. Gratitude keeps you from becoming entitled or arrogant. It reminds you that every step forward was made possible by the support and guidance of others. Being grateful also means giving back. When you've achieved success, use your platform to uplift others. Share your knowledge, provide opportunities, and show appreciation for those who believed in you when no one else did. Gratitude is expressed not just in words, but in actions. It's about honoring those who helped you along the way and making a positive impact on others' lives. Resilience is an often overlooked aspect of character. Success is never a straight path. It's filled with challenges, setbacks, and failures. Resilience means standing firm when life tries to knock you down. It's the ability to bounce back stronger after every fall. Resilient people don't let temporary defeats define them. They view challenges as opportunities to grow and learn, rather than as reasons to give up. A strong character doesn't crumble under pressure. It doesn't fold when criticism comes or when obstacles seem insurmountable. Instead, it remains steadfast, determined, and focused on the end goal. Resilience teaches you to see setbacks as part of the process rather than as signs of failure. It strengthens your resolve and builds mental toughness, making you unshakable in the pursuit of your dreams. Ultimately, your character determines the quality and longevity of your success. Achievements without character are empty victories. They might impress on the surface, but they lack the depth and authenticity needed to build a lasting legacy. People might admire your accomplishments, but they will respect and follow you because of your character. Character is not something you can fake. You can't pretend to have integrity, respect, humility, accountability, compassion, discipline, gratitude, or resilience. They're qualities that are revealed through your consistent actions and choices. Real success comes not just from what you achieve, but from the person you become while striving to achieve it. When you focus on building strong character, success naturally follows not just as a fleeting moment, but as a way of life.